Cross-country skiing is regarded as the world's healthiest physical activity. The cardiovascular benefits of Nordic skiing have been well documented. But cross-country skiing is more than just exercise. It's exhilaration. It's a chance to get out in the winter and enjoy nature's beauty, to socialize with friends and family, or to appreciate solitude, or revel in competition. In short, cross-country skiing is a personal experience, and you can do it. This videotape is designed for the beginner. Step by step and stride by stride, you'll learn the basics to good cross-country skiing. Beginners and intermediate skiers will also find special visualization segments at the end of the program that will help them improve their skills. Use this tape as a supplement to lessons or a refresher before your ski outings. Remember, it's always wise to consult your physician before partaking in any new form of physical activity. Enjoy.
For some, cross-country skiing is a vision of, well, hard work and frustration. And as this instant replay shows, maybe some lessons are in order. So we take our cameras to the reaches of the continental US of A, to the great Northwest and the fine Nordic Center at good old Mount Bachelor, to prove that cross-country skiing is, yes, easy and simple to learn. Well, in the process, we find 4 unsuspecting souls who never cross-country ski a day in their lives before. We're talking Olympic couch potato material. First, there's Paul, favorite sport, power lounging. Ski experience, claims he visited a ski swap once. Then there's Carrie, her favorite sport is fireplace cuddling. Ski experience, well, she likes the Warren Miller movies. Aha! Dorothy, 50 years old and game for anything. Her favorite sport, shopping. Ski experience? Are you kidding? And finally, Taylor, favorite sport, fishing. Cross-country experience, watched it on TV.
This is my first time on cross-country skis, but I'm here to pretty much prove to the world that if I can do it, anyone can. What am I afraid of? That someone that knows me might see me is probably my greatest fear.
Before today, I always thought cross-country skiing was hard work, and I don't know yet whether it is or not, that it would be real aerobic. Is it going to be that hard?
First time I skied, I ended up hitting a tree, so I hope it'll work out better this time.
Well, you know, I've watched it on TV, and it just looks sort of boring. It looks like they go so slow and there's not much excitement to it. And now I get out here and I see that this is kind of a steep little hill I'm going on, and these skis don't look like downhill skis. I don't know, maybe a little excitement. Cross-country skiers I always thought of as maybe just being vegetarians and eating nuts and berries, and then I just was talking to Bill Koch, and he seems like a regular person. He's got a nice build on him, he's looks real athletic and real active, and so he's not quite the strange person I always anticipated a cross-country skier to be like.
I want to just point him down that hill, but I know that I'm not going to be able to stop. Not in this soft place, anyway.
Well, I'll tell you, this boy is going to ski well today. And I hope I ski better than my wife.
And I wonder if the poles will help me keep from falling down.
Well, they tell me that if you can walk, you can cross-country ski, so... Of course, then again, I'm not really sure I can walk all the time.
I just don't want to look like a nerd. I want to be cool. I've got these clothes on, and there's going to be people watching. Oh, well. I'm sure that, and then to do it with Bill Koch.
Now, before we put these fine folks to the test, there's a few things you ought to know. First, cross-country skiing is cheap to do. There's no expensive lift tickets to buy like in downhill skiing, and the equipment is generally much less whether you buy it or rent it. Now, when you're getting started, it's best to rent the stuff. Most Nordic ski centers and ski shops have the good quality rental gear for beginners. You'll probably start on no-wax skis. That's a ski that has a scaled pattern on the bottom to grip the snow. Later, as you get more involved in the sport, you may want to change to a waxable ski. Until you become more technically proficient, you'll want skis that have a soft camber, meaning that they flatten easily when you stand on them and therefore grip the snow better underfoot. Anything that will help, right? Anyway, your ski shop professional will help you with the proper length for your skis and your poles. Your boots should fit snug and feel comfortable, like a good running shoe. You notice that the bindings for Nordic skis are attached only at the toe of the boot, leaving your heel free. This fact, and the skis being a lot skinnier, are what make cross-country skiing and downhill skiing so different. Well, enough of this chit-chat. It's time to hit the trail. Hey, that ain't working. Ah, that's the way you do it. You know, it takes a little bit of time to be good at cross-country skiing, but at least you can feel good and look marvelous right away by dressing properly. Yup, ski clothing has become highly functional as well as fashionable, thanks to the revolutionary fabrics and designs. Since cross-country skiing is exercise, there is heat generation. The function of clothing, therefore, is the proper heat regulation of this heat through layering. Here we begin skiing with all the layers on. As we begin generating heat and warming up, the lightly lined breathable shell comes off. Then off with the shelled pants. Woo! Vests are comfortable to ski in most of the time, but if you're skiing hard, it's down to the lightweight lycra suit. And sometimes you might feel really hot, so if it feels good, do it. Take it all off. Not that much.
Where is he?
More difficult. We're going the
Uh-oh,
wrong
I'm
way.
not ready for the more difficult.
General.
Maybe.
Oh,
Well,
easiest after.
okay, but Bill Koch's supposed to be good.
You want smiles on here?
Yeah.
Time magazine?
No.
Yeah.
Look at the camera lens, not over there.
Sorry.
So, first day on skis.
Yeah, I can't even, my pole broke too.
Oh, well, we'll get that fixed.
Okay.
What I want to do is to show how easy cross-country skiing really is. So what we're going to do is we're going to have some rules here. Rule number one is we're not going on any hills. And that's really,
I like that rule.
that's important when you're first starting out. Stay away from those hills. They're hard to go up and you don't have the skills yet to come back down them. So we're going to stay on the flats first. And what I'd like you to do is just let's get our skis on and just go out and spend a few minutes just getting used to having the skis on your feet. Just walking around a little bit and get used to the skis. And really that's all you need. We can take it a step farther and we can learn some technique. But you really don't even need technique to enjoy this sport. You'll be enjoying the sport in the first 5 minutes.
Well,
as
just
long
as
as
I don't fall.
as long as you stay away from the hills. All right?
Okay,
No hills.
okay.
So
Is there a left and a right ski, or is there?
no.
Okay.
No. So let's get our skis on and just get used to how they feel on your feet. You put the metal tab right through the,
Oh, okay.
There.
And then I put this over like this?
and then you put this down here. Okay, and then you pull back on that.
Okay. Oh, okay. Let's see if I can do the other one myself. Okay, right over like that and then down.
Pull back
And
firmly.
like that. And then I don't fall Oh.
Yeah, you're skiing already.
Okay. Is this what I'm supposed to do?
You're skiing already.
Just, oh, okay.
So let's get your poles on.
Okay.
And for that, you want to come up underneath, through the loop from underneath,
like
and then
that.
grip the pole. Strap
Okay. Now let me try the other one by myself.
Okay, now grip the pole, strap it
Okay.
on. There you go. Watch this. Right there, the area between my thumb and forefinger is right where the strap enters, so that when I release the pole behind, I can let go of the pole, but I still have control of the pole.
Why would you want to let go of your pole?
You want to let go of your pole because it makes the action more fluid and natural with your arm swing. If you can swing back and just let it go. If you're gripping your pole, it tends to stop your arm motion here instead of let it flow out the back.
I thought the poles are supposed to sort of be even with your hands like this. These seem real tall, too long.
Yeah, well, we're in a different sport from alpine skiing now. We really have longer poles than alpine skiers, and let's check out this length here. We'll put them on your ski, and they should come right up to your shoulders for classical skiing. That's about right. I'd say you could maybe go another inch, but that's fine for starting out.
Okay. Do these bindings come off? Are they like safety bindings?
If your bindings come off, that means you've probably had a pretty nasty fall, and the chances are more likely that you're going to come out of your boots than that the bindings are going to come out. But that's one of the other nice things about cross-country skiing is you can't get hurt in this sport. It's almost impossible to get hurt.
Oh, that one I like. You can't get hurt, huh?
Or at least it's very difficult to get hurt. It's very injury-free as well. It's probably the smoothest sport and the easiest sport on your body out there. There's no stress on your muscles and joints, and runners find this sport really good if they maybe take a break from running and go skiing every now and then instead of pounding your knees every day. Okay, before we even start working on any technique, I want you just to go skiing and stay away from the hills. Just get used to your skis and you'll be able to start skiing immediately. Just start to walk. Don't even glide your skis at first. Just familiarize yourself with having the skis on your feet, and that's really all you really need to enjoy the sport. If you want to go further and learn some technique, then we'll do that later. But first, let's just do some skiing.
When you say walk, you mean just like pick them up and set them down?
Well, you can have the sport any way you want it. There's no set way to do it. You can walk, you can stride, you can enjoy it in a million different ways and just do whatever feels good. Okay, Dorothy, why don't you hop into these tracks right here?
Okay.
And that's going to control the direction of your skis.
Okay, well, as long as I keep them apart and don't cross them, maybe I'm okay.
Great. There you go. All right. That's why you don't start down a hill, you see?
But it wasn't a bad fall.
Right, you can fall and laugh on a flat. You can fall and cry on a downhill.
Oh, I wasn't going to fall at all. But it wasn't bad.
That's great. So now you just want to go around by yourself for a little while for
Okay.
5 or 10 minutes and just get the feel of the skis and get comfortable, and then we'll come back for a lesson.
Okay, I'll just walk then. Thanks,
You just
Bill.
walk, you can glide a little if you want, do whatever feels
Well,
comfortable.
I don't know what gliding is yet, but
That means just slide your skis.
slide.
Yeah.
Without picking my feet up.
You can pick your feet up.
I might fall again.
Yeah. I think the best thing for you now is just to walk around a little bit first.
You know, Dorothy looked pretty good when she was doing that. She did that one fall.
Yeah, that one little fall. But
Very good.
So, Paul, how are we coming? You've taken your first steps yet?
yeah, I've taken a few. The first one's the toughest one, but after that, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
They're a little bit skinnier than the skis that I've been on before, but I'm starting to kind of get the feel of them a little bit.
Have you tried the tracks yet?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, well,
Does that
give those
help?
That'll help. That'll control the direction of your skis and give you less to have to think about your first time out.
Go for it, Paul.
Well, I don't want to have to think too much. That makes it a lot easier with the track. Does that keep the ski from turning over like this?
It'll control your ski completely. It'll both laterally and directionally. And that's why it's I think it's important for your first time out to go to a nice touring center like this one that sets, that grooms the trails and sets these tracks, because it just gives you less to have to worry about when you're going out your first time.
Instead of being out and that kind of stuff?
Yeah, if you want to go out in the back country, that's great too, but it's a little more advanced and it's a little tougher to do. This is a great way to learn, and you got the tracks here, and so you don't need to worry about where your skis are going to go. You just need to worry about standing up on them.
I'm getting better. I've been practicing.
Uh-huh. Now, Taylor, you've been on alpine skis before, haven't you?
Yeah, I have. This is, it's kind of like it, but I don't feel like I have the balance yet.
Uh-huh. Is it a little bit different being able to pick your heel up probably than
Well, yeah. Yeah, you have more freedom, but I don't have as much control, I don't feel like.
It's not too bad. It's easier to balance.
Easier to balance?
Yeah.
Than you thought?
Yeah.
You've done some water skiing before, you said. Is there any similarity to water skiing?
It seems like water skiing, it takes a lot more effort to try to balance. This, maybe it's because I'm in the grooves. This feels a lot better.
All right, you guys, stop right in here. Stop right in here. You guys are killing them.
It feels like skiing. It's great.
Yeah. So, what do you think? It's not so hard to learn this sport?
No, it's easy.
Piece of cake. Not really.
Well, would you like to learn a little technique?
Yeah.
Hey, you mean we don't have any?
Well, that's the nice thing, is you don't have to have technique, but if you want to learn some technique, then you can enjoy it in different ways.
Yeah, I'd like to have some technique.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to start with the diagonal stride. And for that, we first need to learn the correct coordination and timing between arms and legs, how the arms swing to the legs. So we want to get rid of our poles right off the bat here. And what I want you to do is stride down the track and just let your arms swing naturally with your legs. Let me show you what I'd like to see you do.
This is the hard part.
Just let your arms swing naturally. Okay, come on down. Good. Now let your arms swing straight out in front instead of across your body. Very good. Very good. Very good. Perfect. Okay, now keep doing the same thing now.
Okay.
This time, don't change anything now. I want you to start to spring off of each leg as you kick it back. Spring forward on, get a little snap to there. Good. Just spring off each leg one at a time.
Okay.
Okay. Good. Now the more comfortable you get with this, the longer you're going to be able to glide on each ski, and the more weight you're going to be able to put on one ski at a time. All of your weight on one ski at a time. And that's just a matter of getting more comfortable with it. Now we're ready to try the next step, and this starts to get trickier now. I'll just warn you up front. This starts to get trickier when we add our poles to the picture. You have to try to remember back to the rhythm that you got here without your poles when you add your poles. Okay? And it's tough to do that. And it's going to take you a little bit of time. So, let's get our poles on. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to be able to go back and forth between using your poles and not using your poles. Okay? So, you'll try using your poles for a while, and I want you to be able to just pick them out of the snow. In fact, when you start. start without your poles. Do the exact same thing you were doing, just swinging your arms just like you were doing. It's just, you just got your poles in your hand, okay? Once you get in that rhythm, then I want you to just slowly lower your poles to the ground. And you're not even sure which strides that they're going to start hitting the snow on, in fact.
Bill, where should your weight be?
Your weight should be all on the ski that is gliding in the track at any given moment. Okay, so let's see you try this. Remember your fallback position. You can always go back to pulling your poles out. And when you feel organized, lower them down and see if we can add our arms into this picture. Go ahead. Let's get our counterclockwise motion going. Good. That's it. Yep, and every time you lose it, you can just pull them back out. That's just right. There you go. Yeah. Okay, good, Paul. Try to glide a little longer on each leg before you plant that pole. There, there. Excellent, excellent.
So this is a good exercise for learning the timing of the diagonal stride. Start without your poles, concentrating on opposite arm and leg going forward and back at the same time. When you feel comfortable with this exercise, add the poles, keeping them out of the snow until you have the timing, then slowly lowering them. Once again, the timing and rhythm of arm swing coordination with the kick and glide of the legs is easiest learned without using your poles. Drive your arms forward, straight down the track, not across your body. Learn to transfer your weight completely to one ski at a time as you kick and glide from ski to ski. Now, using your poles, lower them slowly to the snow. You will probably need to raise the poles up again a few times until your timing is finally right.
All right, you guys are killing them. Looking great. Okay, let's stop right up here. Okay, good job on that timing now. I want to give you another way to work on the timing, and it's going to get us into the uphills a little bit too, so we'll be killing two birds with one stone. We're going to have a little uphill here, and I want you to go up the hill, keeping that same rhythm, only now you're going to switch into a shorter step, more of a jogging motion to go up the hill. And that's, you're almost going to be forced into the proper timing of arms and legs when you do that. Then when you get to the top of the hill, I want you to keep going over the top of the hill and try to keep the same rhythm onto the flat that you had going up the hill. Okay, so we're going to go up this little hill. I want you to make a transition from what we were doing before, hit the hill and go into this jogging motion we talked about, and then over the top, back to the technique you were doing before. And you'll find that when you hit the hill, you'll have to quicken up your tempo a little bit. Okay, you'll be moving your legs a little bit quicker. Okay, so take a look at this. This is what I'd like to see. Okay, good one. That's good timing. There, hey, that's really nice. That's great, good. Try a little sliding now. There, good. All right, you guys, that's just great. You're living proof of how easy it is to get into this sport. You know, you've only been at this a couple hours now, and you're just striding right along. And now I think you're ready to step up a little into something a little more challenging already. Oh, great. And we've stayed away from the hills, except for that little hill for one of our drills for better diagonal technique. Let's see what it's like now if you wanted to go up a real hill. So let's work on the herringbone technique. And that is simply Splay your skis out and let your opposite arm and leg hit the snow at the same time. And just edge your way up the hill. Okay, now you're going to have to really use your arms going up that hill. You have to really plant those poles and push off behind you with your poles. Okay. Okay.
Kind of on the sides.
That's right up on your edges. Good, and then they won't slip back. And push back with you. You've got to use your arms a little more. You got to push down with your arms and push behind you with your arms. That's better. There you go. Perfect. You got the opposite arm and leg. Use your inside edge. Good. Good. You can probably push a little harder out the back with your arms. You guys are doing great. You moved onto the hill at a pretty early stage. You're going up good steep hills now already. Your first day out on skis. Okay, now let's go on to the next step. And we'll just continue up this same hill, only now I want to introduce you to skating already.
I can't believe it. That's amazing.
Okay, so we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to keep herringboning, just like before, only we're going to slide our skis while we're doing that. So do exactly what you did, opposite arm and leg, only let your skis slide now. Okay, don't slide your skis now. Don't slide them yet, just do the herringbone. Okay. Good. There they go. Okay, you guys, you'll find that as you get feeling more comfortable with this, you're going to be putting your weight on one leg at a time, really going on one at a time, shifting all your weight and bending your knees. Okay, so start off without sliding skis first. Do your herringbone. Okay, plant the poles, opposite. Good. Perfect. That's a great diagonal V.
Oh, wow, it's really a lot easier than I ever thought it would be.
Uh-huh.
Start by doing a walking herringbone. Your opposite pole and ski hit the snow at the same time with a complete weight shift from side to side. Then begin to slide your weighted ski. Now you're doing the diagonal V, which is the lowest energy cost way to skate uphill, especially the steeper ones. The skating technique on cross-country skis is an exciting way to get around groomed trails with more speed and efficiency. Most skiers today want to know how to both skate and classical ski.
Okay, while the diagonal V is the easiest, lowest cost, energy-wise way to go up a hill and the way to go up the steepest hills, the V1, which we're going to do next, is the most versatile of all the strokes. It can be used on any kind of terrain. And that's the one that's the most widely used for recreation and racing. So let's try that one now. Okay, you guys, for the V1 now, to get the timing, we're going to go through a little drill where you're just standing in place at first. We're not even going to move, okay? So the timing of the stroke is like this. We have one dominant side that's going to work at a time in this stroke. So pick your right or your left. I'm going to just do the right. So that means my right foot and my two poles are going to hit the snow at the same time with a full weight shift onto my right side. Right. And then back over here to glide on the non-dominant. So your dominant right, 3 points of contact hitting the snow at the same time. Just follow me. That's it. Good, good. Okay, now you can just start to take small steps. Don't slide your skis. Small steps, just start to walk up the hill. Okay, good. Keep doing that. Now, after a while, when you get comfortable with that timing, start to slide that ski, slide that dominant ski, slide it out when you land on it. Right, all your weight down when it gets to right, and really forward and down, then slide that ski out. Great. 3 points of contact hit the snow at the exact same time.
Ah, that's fun.
Good. Now this one's the easiest one to learn. The V1 is easier to learn than the diagonal stride or the diagonal V or anything else. Okay. Well, you've really got that wired pretty good. Now, we've got a track right here. We can stay in that exact same timing, 3 points of contact hitting the snow at the same time with your dominant leg, only now we're going to just do it in the tracks, and then you'll be marathon skating. Okay? So when one foot's in the track, I'm going to have my left dominant this time, so I'm going to have 3 down at once. 3 down at once. And my other foot is just going to stay gliding in the track. All right, that's it. Perfect, perfect. Good, that's super. Super. Great. Good deal.
Bill, this is great. Now I just need to know, when do I use each particular technique? How do I know when to use them?
Okay. Well, that's a matter of terrain. The first one, the diagonal V, that's for the steepest uphills. And for any uphill, really, it's the easiest, lowest energy cost way to go up the hill. Now the V1, that's the most versatile. You can use that uphills, flats, even gradual downhills. Then the marathon skate, that's mainly for flats and graduals. Won't work very well going up a hill. The marathon skate also is the one where at touring centers like this where you have tracks set, it'll do the least amount of track damage for the diagonal striders.
The V1 skate is the most used, easiest to learn basic skate technique. Fall forward and down with all of your weight on your dominant ski, planting both poles simultaneously. 3 points of contact hit the snow at the same time. After learning one side dominant, you want to work on the other side as well, switching dominants every 5 to 10 strokes. The timing of arms and dominant leg in the marathon and the V1 are the same. These strokes are first cousins. The only difference is that in the marathon skate, the non-dominant ski remains in the track with some weight on it during the power delivery, rather than being fully unweighted as in the V1.
All right, you guys, great job. We've learned pretty much all the techniques. Now here we are up on top of this hill and we got to go back down. So let's learn the ways of controlling our speed going down so that you can feel safe about it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Walking?
That's a good way too. If in doubt, take those things off and walk down. Don't start down a hill you don't think you can make it to the bottom of and end up like an egg beater. Okay? All right, so one way is to keep one foot in the track and push your foot and your tail of your ski out on the other side. The other way is to get out of the tracks completely and push out with both sides, both feet, push your tails out. And that's a snowplow. Okay, Taylor, why don't you come on down and try it with the 1 foot out of the track and 1 foot in the track. Put a lot of weight out there now, Taylor. That's right, and edge out, good. Good. Okay. Bend your knees. Good. That's great. You got a lot of weight out there. You're edging nicely. You're in good control.
It is.
Good. Okay. Want to give it a try, Carrie? Okay, push out now. Push out, put more weight out there. There you go. Push way out. Okay, way out with your foot. Good. Okay, edge that ski. Carrie, you're going to need to get that foot farther out of the track, okay? And put more weight on it and push it farther away from you. Bend the knees. That's right, bend the knees. Edge out. Push it out. Great. Okay, you guys, now let's try the snowplow one now, the way to control your speed. That's where you're pushing off on both feet at the same time. Go ahead, Taylor. Give that a try. Okay. Good. Okay, now this is how you stop as well, just by pushing out harder. Push out real hard and stop. Look at that. You just did it. Great. So now you know how to control your speed and stop. Okay, Dorothy. Very nice. Okay, and when you want to stop, just push out hard with both. Great, and you're stopped. Perfect. That's it. Okay. Good. Now push out hard and stop. Good. All right. Okay, now you know the snowplow. We'll learn the snowplow turn, and then on any one of your turns, as you're turning, you can just turn all the way around and you come right up into a stop. Okay? So just get into your snowplow position, and then whichever way you want to turn, push on the opposite, weight the opposite leg. So weight left and go right. Weight right and go left. Left and go right and go all the way around until you come all the way around into a stop. Give it a try. Go ahead, Dorothy. There you go. Perfect, look at that. Look at that. Very nice, very nice. Very nice. Turn all the way into a stop. Great. Super. Good. Okay, push the feet out. Push your feet away from each other. Right, good. There you go. That's good. Okay.
Whoops, we're still learning, but congratulations, we made it through the basics. We learned how to walk on skis, stride on skis, go uphill and down. We even do some skating. But it's time to leave our four friends to ski on their own so we can look ahead to some advanced techniques and do a few visualization exercises.
As you work on your diagonal stride, keep these points in mind. All your weight is on one ski during the glide, with a very slight emphasis toward the heel of your boot. This makes it important to be riding on a fairly straight leg, because gliding on an overly bent leg is much more physically tiring. The upper body plays a strong, important role. Throw your whole upper body, including shoulders and back one side at a time, forward and down the track. In the classic technique, you have a two-speed transmission. And now that you have learned first gear, the diagonal stride, and are skiing better and faster, it's time for second gear, double poling. There are two variations, one with a kick and one using arms only. The kick is used at slower speeds, at greater resistance, and arms only at faster speeds. In the kick double pole, there are two separate power phases within each stroke. The first comes from one of the legs kicking, then the second from pulling using both poles at the same time. Use each leg alternately each stroke. In the skate turn, the V1 timing is used at the lower end of the speed scale and the V2 timing at the upper end. The dominant leg powers to the outside of the turn. Try tucking. Keep your weight slightly on your heels. Bend at your waist, but not so much at your knees. As your confidence builds and you want to ski at faster speeds, get in a lower tuck. Keep your back parallel to the snow and your arms in front for balance rather than out to the side.
Well, once you get all these techniques under your belt, break some new ground. Or snow, that is. There's some unbelievable winter beauty out there just waiting for you. There's nothing like going on a little day trip into the backcountry. You find a lot of real nice trails marked just for your Nordic pleasure. And if you got kids, get them involved. You'll be surprised how fast they catch on. As long as you don't push them farther than they want to go, they'll end up liking the sport just as much as you do. You know, come to think of it, that's the great thing about cross-country skiing. It tends to bring out the kid in all of us.